Hiya. We haven't done a video for a while because we've just been so busy moving house, travelling, all sorts of crazy stuff. But we thought we'd do another quick video today. Still got old drones such as the Mini 2, unfortunately. I think we're all looking forward to the Mini 3 Pro. But yeah, we thought we'd just sort of visit a local beauty spot, which is a bit of a sort of disappointment, I think, because this is it. At the moment. But anyway, yeah, that's Keppel's column, but we decided, you know, we'll fly around it anyway, just see what happens. But yep, the drone's down there, Mini 2. I forgot the landing pad, as I always do, of course. Probably bad wind noise actually here, but yeah, let's give it a fly and see how we get on anyway. Right, looks like it's all good to take off. Let's have a look. I'm going to start the recording on the drone. I'm totally out of practice, don't remember how to do any of this stuff. I think there the sun is sort of blurring me out. Right, okay. I'm going to take off now. Oh, hang on, press the right button. I'm using its bag as a very clever sort of takeoff spot, and this was all kind of very sort of like out of the blue. We just decided to do it, but there you go, there's a Mini 2 all flying. We decided to just take a trip out. We haven't flown drones for ages, just haven't really had the time. I know it's a bit of an excuse, but that's been the case. Let's just check that it's all kind of working as we expect. Spinning round, yeah, it's all looking good. Recording on the camera, yep. Yeah, it's only just been charged up again today. We've only got one battery, so we're gonna have to be a bit careful. H&M's over there. I think you can see them on the screen. I think I can. It's very difficult to see a screen, you know. I kind of want a better screen, really. But anyway, right, let's try going up. And let's see if I can drop the. Yeah, I could just, you know, maybe it just needs a good clean, this screen. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's go up. Yeah, I need to sort of sit out the sun, I think. Right, I can see the landmark there. It's going up. I'm going to move across, I think. Sort of slide across from it. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's hope they're doing something worthwhile with it. Right, I'm just making sure I've got like line of sight. I have. See if our horizon's a bit sort of well, I wonder if we could do like a sort of point of interest. Hang on, right, hang on, now I've turned away. Do you know, it's very hard to keep it. It's like my screen quality is terrible. Hang on, 2 seconds. My screen quality is terrible. I hardly use the phone. Right, so I'm going to spin round. Yeah, now I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it. I'm just making sure I haven't gone above the height that I should. And I don't think I have. Right, okay, let's go into, well, let's see if we can just fly around it. Let's have a look. Right, just want to get myself lined up correctly. Right, okay, so, hang on a second. Do you know, can I remember to anything I used to be able to do? Maybe I can. Hang on, here we go. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like kind of. I'm just going in the middle, trying to remember where I was. Right now, you've got to turn off the recording. Then you've got to go into the. I think it's like. Is it quick shots? Yeah. There should be like a point of interest thing. So yeah, circle. Right. Okay, that's what I want. Okay. Right. Do a plus on it. I don't think it's picked it up as a. I'll draw a box around it and see what it does. See what it does. I'm going to keep an eye on it quite carefully here because, you know, there's every chance that this thing will fly into it. But it's a nice little area. Although we parked outside someone's house nearby, and don't know. He didn't seem. He was a bit worried. I mean, there was plenty of spaces to park around there, but you know, you get those sort of people who don't want anyone parking anywhere, don't you? But right, yeah, it's going round this point of interest, so you know, it's working. This is its first flight in I don't know how long since our last video. I think it was back in Bulgaria that we did a flight. But yeah, we've been away a little while, and we're probably not up to date with everything that's going on. Right, so its height is 45 meters, which would be well above any of these local houses here. Hopefully not be a nuisance. And it's just going around it. I wonder how much battery life we'll get. It's going to be interesting when we try to land, actually, because we haven't got a landing pad. We're not prepared. I grabbed everything else. I even charged the battery sort of as I was kind of in the car. But yeah, no. So yeah, it is flying around this. I'm pretty happy with what it's doing, actually. I wouldn't say it's the windiest day. Do you know what I mean? So we're doing okay, I think. So yeah, and me holding this sort of it's like a DJI Pocket, Osmo Pocket. I think it's the version 1. Anyway, and it's going round. I'm having no problems holding the camera here at the same time as sort of doing what I need to do with the controller. So I'm keeping an eye on both. But yeah, all seems to be good. And it is actually making a full circle. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a sunny, cloudy day as well. Not the best, but it was quite sunny this morning, and we were a bit not expecting it, so we thought better get out, better do something. But yeah, right, I think it has given up now. So right, so I may take the drone up a bit, actually. Right, so we're going to come out of the quick shots. I'm going to go into the, I don't know, what would a boomerang do around it? Would that be a bad idea? Maybe. Let's try. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Right, obstacle avoidance, of course, unavailable when flight. So here we go. I just don't know what it's like, what it will go down to. Here we go. So doing something. I'm getting ready to sort of cancel it at any moment, just in case it all goes wrong. But no, we're quite far away from it, so yeah, it's kind of doing something around it. Yeah, I think it's doing a better job of this than it did at Buzz Lodger anyway, which is another video we did, which was another landmark, probably equally in as disrepair as this, although this one looks like it's being repaired at least. But yeah, it looks like it's basically gaining height. So that's interesting. With the boomerang, it looks like your floor is the height you're already at, so it doesn't like go down, it kind of goes up, which is a good thing, I think. So you're getting a lovely view of that construction site there. But no, we came all the way out here. We didn't know that it was going to be a construction site. I don't know where you would have looked it up, to find out. But we just thought, you know what, we're here now. We'll film it and see how it goes and see how we do. But yeah, just not been able to really do much recently. We've been moving house, we've been travelling. There's been all sorts of stuff going on. So we haven't really had a lot of scope to do extra things. So but yeah, I thought we might make an effort to do a video. I'm sure people haven't really missed us. I'm sure there's loads of other drone people out there doing videos. So right, so that has done what it is meant to have done, and it's pretty happy. So let's come out of that and let's have a look. I quite like some of these ideas. What's a helix? Ooh, right, so aircraft ascends while flying in a spiral, gradually with the camera centered on subject. Right, I'm going to try that. Right, you tap a box again. This is what's really good about these minis and about DJI drones in general, is that a lot of the quick shot stuff sort of just works. I mean, I'm not saying 100% works. Oh yeah, got some nice background behind there. I don't know exactly where we are because we're not really from this area, but this is sort of part of Rotherham, so like where we were in the park area before. We did a video in Rotherham Park, and that's we're sort of near. Oh yeah, it's up over there. So yeah, so we're sort of near. We're another part of Rotherham, Wentworth, I think it's called, and it's doing it. So I don't know we've only got about 8 minutes of battery left, so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, you know, it's sort of a nice sort of sunny cloudy day, not too hot, not too cold, about 17-18 degrees, pretty good, so can't really complain. So right, yeah, it's still going around this thing. I never really see the footage until I get home as well, how good it did. Usually you get back and you kind of think, yeah, that didn't quite work. You kind of need to do these things manually, I think. But no, it's going around it, it's doing whatever it thinks it should be doing, causing a nightmare for me to stitch videos together. But yeah, it's going around. I think it's a nice column. I think it's like a kind of old building. Like if it didn't have all the big scaffolding around it, it would be a lovely old building. There's a dog over there going, look, there's a drone guy, get him. Don't think you can see the dog, but yeah, he's got our number really. He's like, "Arr." He's already parked my car outside his house, and now he's got our field as well. But yeah, apparently this is a public area, so you know we're supposed to be allowed here. So you seem to look places up, and you're not allowed anywhere. So you know, there's not many places you can go really. So right, it's gone around 95%. We're nearly done. So let's see. Here we are, returning to the point of wherever it was. Right, okay. So I'll have another look once it's sort of finished doing what it's doing. I haven't been 100% figuring out the shot there, so I'll be mostly worrying about the camera. So I don't know how it will come out, but you know, we're just doing this for a bit of fun, really. Okay, so the drone's down there. What I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to come out of these shots, because we've only got about 9 minutes, it's saying. Then we'll come out of the shot now, maybe do a droney down by where we are. So let's go back into, I want to go back into video really. Here we go, video. Right, turn back on the camera and then sort of work out what's going on. I can see the drone. I'm going to bring it sort of down. So I'm bringing it down sort of near us really. Oh, hang on, no I'm not. Bringing it near. So I'm bringing it lower. Yeah, bring it towards us. Right, yeah, it is. It is coming now down towards us. But yeah, so I mainly so if you don't see me on camera, I am mainly focusing on where the drone is at the moment. Hang on, here we go. Bring down the height. There's nobody in front of us anyway, but you might as well just do a sort of, I might pick up the camera a bit and just sort of do a zoom round to sort of show you the area such as it is. It's nice, yeah, it's quite nice. Some nice views, like there's some sort of church steeple in the distance there, looks quite good. Yeah, it's sort of, is that the right angle? I think it's sort of near that way. Yeah, I think that's what I can make out on the screen. It's because the sun is sort of at one angle and then I'm looking at the screen at one angle, so I can see the drone, it's just it can't. Right, so now I can turn it back towards us. Yeah, I can make that out pretty well. Right, now if I fly it, hang on. Right, here we go. Yeah, I now can see that that is forward and I can bring it down towards us. Right, totally aware of where I am, as you can see. But no, I am totally aware. So that's not a rule that you have to keep stating. You know where you are. But yeah, it's looking good. Right, have I got myself on the camera? Yes, I have. Yeah, I don't think there's been that many great drones coming out recently as well. So it's been a bit of a sort of, I don't know, like after the Zino Mini, you know, it kind of was a bit barren really. I know they did an SE version, but you know, we were busy anyway. There wasn't a lot of time. And just in the UK, when you've been back in the UK, just doesn't seem to be a lot of places to fly. Certainly not legally, and you know, you're just constantly worried about the rules, I think. So, you know, it's nice to get out, and Mini 2 is great because it's below the sort of weight threshold, and it just kind of works and flies really well. There's no sort of there's no messing around with it really, you know. With the Fimi and maybe even to a degree the Hubsan Zino, just felt a bit like you sort of, don't know, just a bit of a faff around, you know. Whereas this, I know the footage will be good. I know the editing of it will be the least amount of difficult that is possible. You know, I know a lot of people, they buy a drone just to fly it around, to be honest with you. So that's fine. Maybe if you just want to fly a drone around, then other brands are pretty good. But with DJI, just getting a decent camera, you're getting a decent, you know, it just seems to come out. I just like it, you know. You know, people call me a bit of a fanboy, but I do think they're very good, and I do think that they're sort of yeah, worth their money, really. And I think I'm quite excited about although I haven't been reading enough about it all, I'm quite excited about the Mini 3, and just seeing. I think I'm expecting it to be quite pricey. Oh, here we go. So this is going to be right. So what I'm going to try and do is land it back on its thing, really. Hang on a minute here. It's not happy. Only got 4 minutes to go. Thing is, I didn't have the best battery in the world. What I don't have. So this is why you really need your landing pad. You really need your landing pad here. I could hand grab it, I suppose. Hang on. If I bring it up. Hang on, right, so. Hang on. Of course it's got its sensors on. Hang on, it's got its sensors on, so. You can't mess about. I haven't really mastered the whole hand grabbing. Hang on. Yeah, we're just gonna have to land, I think. Yeah, that's fine. You'll get a bit of grass cut in. You know, to be honest, we're not in like really thick grass or anything like that. So, yeah, you can see it's all right. It's come down. It's chopped a few little bits of grass, but you know, we're pretty happy with that. Right, so I'm going to, I think, pick it up and just make sure that everything's has actually got a bit tangled up there. Yeah, it's not ideal. You shouldn't really do this. Not with your not when you haven't got yeah, look, there we go. Just have a good look through. I can't see any issues really. I've got some spare propellers if I need them, but yeah, so you know, I think we're in good nick. I mean, there's a little bit, you know, I'm finding that there's a little bit of corrosion. I mean, if this video is useful for anything, and I doubt that it is, in fact I'm almost certain it won't be, but if it's useful for anything, this is a good explanation of whether or not. Right, I'm gonna stop the recording on the drone a second because I've got quite a serious point actually. Let me just, I want to turn it off first because, to be honest, the battery's probably, it might not be in the best condition because, you know, we haven't flown it for a long time. We quickly charged it up. We didn't properly charge you know, everything up. You know, we just kind of threw a charger together. It was a bit of a last minute sort of, oh, the battery's not too bad. I got it like charging in the car, which is another brilliant reason to get a Mini 2 actually, because its charger is USB, so you can kind of stick the charger into a car charger or something like that, you know, a cigarette lighter charger, which we did and was really, you know, it just worked. So it doesn't charge very fast, and I would say we only ended up with, like, if you have 4 lights, the 4th light was flashing a bit. We were charging for ages, and you know, at the end of the day, I don't know how good quality the batteries are at the moment because for months we didn't touch the drone. And so if this video is useful to you at all, it will be about what happens when you just get a drone out for after months, you know, of mistreatment really. You know, if you kind of like don't use it for a long time. And I've had a friend actually who he tried to use his battery. I think it was in it wasn't in a Mini, it was in like a Spark, and he tried to use his battery, and the battery was totally dead. And then sort of had a look around and was like, oh my god, batteries are so expensive, and they are. And so yeah, it's a good idea to look after your battery, even if you don't intend to fly that often. But yeah, just looking at the drone, one thing that I've sort of had that I don't know, you know, again is again, look, I've got a little bit of corrosion on the motors, I'd say. Now, a little bit of, you know, I mean, maybe it can probably be cleaned up. I had a bit like almost what looked like surface rust on it, and some sort of, you know, like, you know, spots of white, you know, because it's a bit of corrosion, and you know, that's because the drone has just sat in a bag for ages, you know, and you know, I mean, I'm not in a house that was, you know, not heated or anything like that, so you know, I don't know. I was sort of surprised that it got any corrosion really, because it's a nice bag, but maybe it needs airflow every now and then. And I mean, I'm not an expert in rust or metals or anything like that, but yeah, just you know, why? Yeah, just to be honest though, it all flew fine. You know, I mean, look at the footage when I get home, but it all flew fine. Pretty happy with it. No sort of qualms on its flight. My fault for not remembering, you know, a landing pad as always. But yeah, you know, it was working. Yeah, you know, it's worked pretty well. But one of the batteries didn't have any lights on, so it's going to be interesting to see whether I can get the whole batteries to charge again. I mean, it hasn't been long. I mean, I don't know. Is it even been? It might. I don't think it's been a year or anything like that yet. So let's see. But yeah, I certainly went. You know, I've certainly sort of been charging up. You know, I've been charging up the drones. I mean, I didn't charge up this one, but what I mean is I was charged up the Mavic Pro the other day because I was worried about its batteries. I was charging up the Air 2S a bit earlier, but I decided to bring this one out. And actually, it's just a good example of, like, you know, how do these things behave when they've not been used for a long time. And I thought it did pretty well, to be honest with you. I updated the app. I installed some firmware, which was when I updated the app, it asked me to download the firmware anyway before I connected to this. So I'd already downloaded it at home, so I thought, well, yeah, I'll install it. I don't, you know, we try and avoid installing out here because, well, you know, the 4G out here is good anyway, so it's not a problem. But anyway, yeah, it did okay, I thought. Really happy with it. So, you know, I mean, the sort of, you know, the feature point and the monument there is a bit sort of, you know, I don't know. It's maybe not the best monument, but, you know, yeah, you know, I suppose it looks nice underneath. On Wikipedia it looked good, so, you know, I'll probably stick a picture in the video when we edit together, but yeah, it's a shame it looks like that at the moment, but I suppose if it's good enough for the House of Commons, and it's good enough for Keppel's column as well. So yeah, Keppel's column, you know, it's nice. Do park in front of the bloke's house just next to it, because he, you know, sort of gave us a bit of a look as we there's no other parking spaces, and he had a double driveway. I mean, the greedy git. Do you know what I mean? He's got a double driveway and he's moaning about someone parking on the road legally. So I expect when we get back we'll find the car's been done over, but we'll find out. But yeah, no, do come up and park outside his house and visit the column. It's a nice little flying spot. I mean, we'll have to see what the footage looks like, but it's pretty good. But anyway, thanks very much. Hopefully that's useful. I don't know, you know, if it just gives you a feeling of, like, if you don't do any drone stuff for a while and then you get back out, what happens? You know, does it go badly wrong? I mean, I haven't got my microphone or anything with me today. This is all very just ad hoc. So let's see. I mean, I'm using a different camera than I normally use. I'm totally, I mean, that's another reason I got a bit just disheartened with it. Everything used to be quite hard to do these videos as well. Whereas I've come out with a small camera in my hand. I won't have a microphone or anything. I'm just sort of like winging it with a drone and seeing how well I get on. So, you know, hopefully that's, I mean, it's quite windy, so I'm not expecting the best. But then the microphone might be behind the wind. But anyway, I'm going on. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully that was useful to you. I can't imagine that it was, but even if it just gives you an idea of what will happen to Mini 2 if you leave it in a bag for years or months. You know, but thanks very much. We'll see you again the next time that we are able to get out and video, which I won't promise anything. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. See you later.